Sup Shredders, my name is Logan, aka Spiderhands, and welcome to an SP Reacts, where today we have ourselves a track from an act named Scott Thompson titled COLOROFVIOLET. And if we switch over to here, we have ourselves a track on the screen on YouTube. Now, I think that Scott Thompson, if I'm not mistaken, also goes under the name of the alias of 7 Satins 7 or Satins. We're going to have links to all of this stuff in the description of this video, but we're going to listen through this track from start till finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go, let's do it. Interesting bit crushed kind of vibe to the vocals with the drums as well.
I'm waiting with open arms, but baby I'm spineless. Never see the bad in you, but baby I'm eyeless. Maybe I'm reckless, heavy reliance. Maybe I'm clueless, baby, I just can't do this, baby. I can't assume shit, you do me like Brutus, baby. Can't reach me past the silence, I can tell that you're not trying. You're just a pretty tongue, bitch named Violet.
Interesting flanging on that. Interesting sound design with the panning of things, the way things go from left to right. And use the gunshots for Foley as well.
I can contrive it. Here I am, you make this work.
I mean, a lot of it is the sound design and the filtering on things, and the interesting effects chains. And the keys at the end, really pretty sound to them, as well as the warmth and glow of a lot of those more colorful elements in the mid to upper ranges. But we're going to talk about this track more in the conclusion. Because welcome to the conclusion of my review of this track from an act named Scott Thompson, 7 Satins 7, titled COLOROFVIOLET. What do we think this track is about? I think it's about someone having a pretty rough time with a person named Violet. They shot them down, but they survived it. And they have these feelings and wants and desires around this person, but it's very complicated. One of the things that I feel is kind of special about this track is the way that the vocals are filtered and modulated. There's this bit crushing or distortion to them, which gives them a very sort of like distinct, unique tone that is very different than a lot of music I've heard. Like even within the genre of music with similar instruments, with similar affectations and design decisions, it's kind of unique to have someone rely on that distortion, that kind of robotic kind of a tone that's usually kind of sinister, but in this there's this kind of a weird humanity and warmth because of the way that, coupled with that, the vocals are either going for like a calm, casual catchiness to them in the hook sections, with like roses are red and something won't survive or something like that. I couldn't get all the words through clearly, in part because of the filtering, but just the way that we then go in this kind of the rapping component in that first verse, but it's very kind of chatty and conversational, but in a way which is very just kind of laissez-faire almost at the same time. It's a very cool, calm, and I don't want to say calculated because it means it sounds like it's inauthentic. We're almost just trying to sort of seem like we're coping with the best we can, but it is affecting us, I suppose. It's an interesting approach. But I think part of what kind of balances out the distortion from those vocals and the way they meet themselves in the mix is the way that we handle the instrumental choices here. There are some interesting seventh choices within those chordal harmonies, and the beautiful instruments and wonderful kind of keys and synths and stuff that we use personify a sense of romanticism within it that I appreciate. I think there's a relative minimalism to the overall theme itself, but it's made special because of the variety of different ways that we showcase it, from the different synth basses there, the drum kit with the way that it's affected and saturated there, with a kind of a glow and a kind of tone to it, which is very almost kind of vintage and lo-fi. And there's other ways where, like, from post-production perspective, we add flanging across the entire master chain, and it's just wobbling around the place, and it's very kind of surreal, almost like we recorded on a tape machine, almost like it's a tale as old as time. But then, like, it does this thing as well dynamically where it comes down for that piano part at the end, and it's so quiet. You get this fullness of tone there, this relative intensity through how kind of squeezed certain components are, not to an obvious extent, but when it's taken away, you notice that. And I think the mixture of different eighth and quarter note, well, like one, it's got a quarter note groove with eighth note accents and stuff like that. It's very chilled and laid back and kind of sweet, and it has that kind of beauty of the way that those synths and pads and sort of like leads, sub-lead sound. But it's also just got, from post-production perspective, it's got an interesting approach to it. It puts almost everything in a position where it's kind of like chipped a little bit dusty, a little bit grainy, but not in a way where it's distracting. It almost sounds like it fits because everything's committing to the bit. The leveling of stuff is really good as well. Like, you know, there's a very fine line between trying to make it an art project and trying to make it a song that works with the fundamentals, and I think here we managed to achieve the equilibrium of both. I think it sounds kind of artsy and sophisticated, but it also, you know, it's got a bounce to it, it's got a perk to it, like things are sidechained neatly. It's not too overproduced, but you could tell they put a lot of effort and care into it, and they really do want to make a really special song, and I think that they paid off. Ultimately, I think this is just a really solid effort. It's the first time I've heard their work. It's a fantastic first impression, and I wish them all the best of luck in future with their musical endeavors. I've got no complaints about this one. I think it's a really solid effort. So thank you for watching my review of this track from an act named Scott Thompson. All right, before I go, just with the theme of it, I think the use of those extended chords, those sevenths there, I think they were meant to sort of add a sense of a complexity to the emotional response of the instrumental parts, which I think kind of mirrors what we're talking about in the vocals. I just wanted to mention that. I think it kind of rounds it out a little bit. But thank you for watching my review of this track from an actor named Scott Thompson, aka 7Satin7, titled COLOROFVIOLET, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please go show us some love via their various social medias and a YouTube page, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I'll catch you in the next SP Reacts. Spiderhands out.